buttons. I'm going to press some of yours.
Whoa. That's a way to start a podcast. What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide.
We're happy to have you here.
Yes. I'm your co-host, Jeremy.
I'm your co-host, Jay.
Yeah, and we, like Jay said, we are happy that you are all here listening to us on this fine Tuesday afternoon.
Or whatever day you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, it starts on Tuesday, but it goes until the next Tuesday.
Or sometimes the past Tuesdays if you're listening to a previous episode.
I was actually hanging out with our friend Michaela, who might be coming onto the show sometime soon.
Please say yes.
And she listened to our episode where we talked about songs inside TV shows and movies that we appreciate and love. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got into a whole discussion about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know she watched South Park. She watches South Park.
Dope.
Yeah.
Very dope.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, how are you today, Jay? How's life?
Thank you. Well, thank you for asking, man. I'm doing all right. Actually, I'm doing better than all right. I've been feeling pretty great, pretty excited about the week ahead.
Okay, what's happening the week ahead?
I finally got a full-time job. Yeah! And I know I've said that before, but I think this one will stick.
He did it!
Hey, yeah, no, I'm really excited. It's an organization that works on homelessness and housing for Alabama, but also in particular paying particular focus on youth homelessness and homelessness for folks who have been diagnosed with HIV or AIDS.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about to try and help Alabama's homeless population.
Hey, we always appreciate those who help us, and now that you're added to the list, we could definitely chalk that up as a win for the team.
Yeah, we are. We're all about community over here. How are you doing? What's new in your life?
I'm doing pretty okay. I've survived my first week without a roommate, so that's
yeah. You took the week to yourself, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not going to become a hermit, but it's been very nice just to be in my room.
Yeah,
myself.
I mean, you have a 2-bedroom apartment to yourself.
Yeah. Hey, we need to let them know exactly what my place looks like. But yeah. I got a place to myself. Yeah,
yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you got your bachelor pad, man.
Yeah.
To all the ladies out there in the Blerdverse, Jeremy's a bachelor and he is available. This is a man who is.
Keep going, but stop it.
This is a man of many talents. Oh, he'll make you music. He'll sing to you. He'll dance for you. He'll cook for you. And he might make you feel a little bit special inside. Oh.
Miriam's back in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Miriam, how are you today?
Feeling good.
All right, but yeah, that's enough of the chit-chat, spitter-spatter that we always do at the beginning of these. What's today's topic, Jay?
I'm excited because we've talked about this on our own, and I think that there's a resounding conversation about this current event, which last week was the Emmys, right?
Right.
And this week, we have the Tonys happening.
Right. The day we're recording, which is Sunday, the Tonys are happening as we speak.
And so I want to talk about award shows and, what we like and dislike about them, honestly.
Okay.
Because I think that folks, pay attention to these things. You got whole communities of people that decide to have, parties and watch parties dedicated to them. They surround their lives around these award shows.
It's definitely a Super Bowl of sorts for a niche community.
For a lot of people, man.
Yeah. You have the brackets for who's going to win best TV show or best artist sometimes.
See, I didn't even know. So you're telling me things I didn't even know about.
Yeah, no, I remember in high school when it was during high school. I was in theater class. It was before I joined show choir.
Okay.
Our high school director,
Mr. Kenna.
Mr. Kenna, he had us do basically almost like a draft pick.
A bracket for the Tonys?
For the Tonys. So it was
that's kind of cool.
Who do you think would win best director? Who would win best musical?
Oh, wow.
Best actor? Best actress?
That's kind of cool because I never really even paid attention to the Tonys, and to do that in high school, that's kind of cool because it combines.
Yeah, but it gives you just a perspective of how big this is to certain communities.
I mean, these award shows have been going on for the longest amount of time. I mean, you've got the Academy, you've got the Oscars, you've got the Oscars, right? And the history around the Oscars is
hashtag Oscar so white.
Hashtag Emmy so white.
Hashtag all the award shows so white.
Bro,
yes.
That hashtag was freaking going nuts. Did you get on Twitter? You can't help but find any kind of piece of information that really just goes to show the bias present within these award shows, bro. Like,
Man, it's something.
It's problematic, is what the heck it is.
Very, and I mean, we can just dive on into like the awards of the most recent ones, the most recent Emmys. Like we said, Emmy So White. Literally,
I mean, we were talking. The freaking Lovecraft Country was up for an Emmy, and it didn't win a single one.
for multiple Emmys.
And you tell me how this show, which like reignited so many careers, like continued other careers, were the final performance of some of the people nominated careers.
Rest in peace, Michael K. Williams.
I mean, like, how do you not acknowledge that? How do you not acknowledge
It's almost the same as Black Panther not winning an Oscar
in the 2020s? Yeah, and
because it
the thing is like it's performative. I saw this. Someone was talking about how it's like how the Emmys this year had a black host, had like black staff all over the restaurant or locate the venue that they were at. They had black performers and they had black nominees. But how the heck you got all that and no black winners? Minus one. RuPaul.
That's the only winner of the whole thing.
Records. Like, will not deny that RuPaul's show has reshaped the mold, fabric of society.
Redefined TV as a whole.
Oh yeah,
redefined TV.
Oh yeah, you got whole straight white dudes that watch RuPaul's Drag Race and get into it, man. Like, I mean, Bianca Del Rio has like a whole concert series now. I mean, like,
so many drag queens have live performance shows
because of RuPaul.
Because of RuPaul. RuPaul has definitely launched careers of many drag queens.
RuPaul, they've, I don't know whether to call RuPaul he or she, so I'm gonna say they. I mean, they've won they were the most nominated and the most like acclaimed black TV show
producer
ever.
Yeah,
ever, right? That was like the award for receiving this consecutive Emmy.
Yeah, no, it's.
What did you say?
They were like they're the most.
They're the most awarded Emmys to a black person.
Yeah. They've broken that record. Yeah. Which is fascinating, honestly, when you think about,
Oh, they deserve all the flowers.
Right? Like,
they deserve all their flowers.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But like they've got a controversial background, arguably.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not to say that they're any less talented than these other people, but also, I mean,
Lovecraft Country.
Freaking
I was there.
Blackish. There's been tons of nominations that went unappreciated, in my opinion. Yeah. Freaking the fact that when Chadwick was nominated for a limited series, I think he was nominated for a limited series. But also so was Michael K. Williams. They both got beat out by two white British actors, which I thought that was fascinating. And homeboy that plays Prince, who's the Queen married to?
Oh, Philip.
Yeah, the guy that plays Philip is the one that won over Michael K. Williams.
Yeah, like I said, that's the same as like the guy who played Thor's dad.
Yeah,
winning for being an Alzheimer's. This man with Alzheimer's. Yeah,
I think it was Ma Rainey's. Was that an Oscar?
Yeah,
it was an Oscar. Yeah, it was the Oscar nomination. Chadwick Boseman's never done TV except for What If, I guess. At this point,
that's the only TV we've seen him do. He does some early stuff, but we don't really discuss that.
I wonder if he was ever on The Wire. Everybody was on The Wire.
I don't think so. I think Michael B. Jordan was, but not.
I know Michael K. Williams was.
Yeah, both of them were, but not Chadwick. I remember that. But definitely, as a whole, the Emmys, the Oscars, the Tonys. I mean, the Tonys is a little bit more diverse.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean,
but I mean, they're also.
Now you've got much more diverse cast situation going on in the theater than really ever before, I'd say. History, right?
I remember a couple years ago when Aladdin, when it was on Broadway, and James Monroe Iglehart, who played the genie, he's essentially my build,
all right,
and bald, and he won for Best Supporting Actor for playing the genie. And
that's
I
wonderful.
I just about cried watching that because he's like somebody who looks like me, who has my personality, this big personality, and he's won a Tony for playing one of my all-time favorite characters in Disney.
Without a doubt.
And it's just like
that's some inspirational situation,
exactly,
right?
It's like I now have a goal to achieve, or like I've already had a goal to achieve to be on Broadway, to be out there in the world like that. But now to see that someone like me is doing that, and he even said that in the speech. It's like I wanted to be. Like he said, because they were in the theater that year, they were in the theater that they do Aladdin.
Okay.
It was like I remember, like he pointed to the seat that he was sitting in, where he saw somebody that looked like him, or he saw a little kid that like it was a little round black kid,
right?
While he was playing Genie, he was like, "I'm happy because that kid has something to look up to now." And it was just
he was doing it for him, and he recognized it.
And I'm happy that we had that. I was happy that he won. And it's good to see things like that because you don't have that kind of inspiration when it comes to these other award shows, and it just kind of it's devastating to see.
It truly is, because I mean, like the let's see, like the Academy Awards, which I imagine is like the longest running thing that's been around. I mean, there've been 93 Academy Awards, right? Yeah. And like the first time that there was ever a black person to win it, it was Sidney Poitier in 1963. Hattie McDaniels. Yeah, Hattie McDaniels, and then Sidney Poitier. Yeah. He was the first male. She was the first female.
Yeah, she won for Mamie character. Yeah, for Mamie from Gone with the Wind.
Which
and even still,
she problematic.
That was problematic, but also she wasn't even allowed in the room because it was still heavily segregated.
Everything heavily segregated.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, she was only allowed to go in to accept the award
and walk
say a speech
and walk out. Yeah. I've seen that speech.
She couldn't even stay in the room. Like that's.
They televised that though. Yeah, that was like I think that was like one of the first televised Academy Awards ever.
Yeah, so it was. Like I said,
it's an inspirational situation for black actresses everywhere, right?
Definitely.
But at the same time, it's like, all right, is this the only character I can play and win a award for and be recognized for?
Oh,
that's the hard thing to think about, right? I think that who's the woman that plays in How to Get Away with Murder?
Viola Davis.
Yeah, I think when she won hers, she made reference to that. I think she made reference to that speech that Hattie McDaniels made.
Yeah,
and how inspirational it was for her, but it wasn't, exactly like the right fit for her as far as like obviously like with the type of roles that she ends up taking on.
Right. No,
except for didn't she win for The Help? I think she won for The Help.
I believe so, and
which is another. I mean, that's a point of contention, right? Like. Yeah. For her to win for playing
The Help,
literally, which is what the main character was. I mean, that's.
Oh no, she was nominated. She was nominated for Best Actress in The Help.
Okay.
She won for Best Supporting Actress in Fences, where she played the mom.
Yeah.
Opposite Denzel.
And that role. She took her moment in that role, man. Like she didn't have a whole lot of lines in that movie.
Yeah, and I mean that's based off a play by I believe Oscar Wilde. I can't remember, but I mean I've seen the play. I've seen high school productions of the play with Miss Jackie, and like I said, I haven't seen the movie yet or the because I think I know Denzel was on Broadway doing it as well, the same character. And like
that's cool.
Transition to the movie, but it's a powerful play. It's powerful.
I'm game for that. Yeah. I do love a lot of film adaptations of Broadway musicals,
movies and musicals.
Yeah,
or plays and musicals. I mean,
but when you get into the fact that Hamilton was nominated for an Emmy, for several Emmys,
for a limited because it was a limited movie or special TV.
It was a special series or whatever it was.
It was like limited TV series or special occasion. One of them I can't remember.
That I find problematic because it takes away from other performances.
It does because I mean the performance was
2016
filmed in 2014. It was 2014.
Oh wow!
Because I remember them posting around the time when Hamilton was big and new and just started. Like they posted, it was like a weekend, and they posted on their Instagram page. We will be filming this weekend, 2014.
Heard you.
And and we never I
we didn't even know why at that time.
We just kept wondering. It's like when are we gonna get this filmed version of Hamilton? And not until
and thing is that it never would have been released.
Oh, it probably would have, and I think because Lin-Manuel Miranda wanted it to be a theatrical release, but then COVID happened, and he was just like
Disney Plus.
Take it, please.
That was the first time I ever saw that or heard the music.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
But I mean, for it to get an Emmy because it was
released, and I mean, because like at the time it won all these freaking Tonys, right?
Oh, yeah,
like,
it won like it took
best
on everything.
Like
it
best
took
production,
it took on best
stage
musical,
design,
best musical, best stage design, best actor, best actress, best side, like literally best
supporting actor. Yeah,
all of them won.
Yeah,
Literally,
I mean, yeah,
it was Hamilton's Tonys award. Like, that's what that was that night.
They were nominated for they were nominated for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Emmys for limited or anthology series or movie, which is such a broad.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, right, because like TV's changed now, right, entirely. Like these types of awards are so.
They need to have their own award show.
I mean, you need to have a streaming award shows, which Netflix is kind of doing that with like their thumbs or whatever it's called.
Oh, Tudum. That's
Tudum,
their like
Tudum. Yeah.
No, that's like their Comic-Con almost.
Oh,
just
it's like
announcing what's coming up and stuff like that.
It's
Yeah,
like their E360 kind of deal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But no, they do have they do have a streaming award ceremony or show, but it's YouTube.
Right,
and it's strictly YouTube because that's
that
where like
sense,
Try Guys win their stuff. And
that's the
Good Morning and stuff
YouTube
like that.
Awards.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's
it's literally called the Streamies.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah,
I didn't know about these. I remember when it was like one of the last episodes of like iCarly ever, and like they went to their streaming like award show to win, and it was in Tokyo and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
like I remember that, but I didn't know it was actually a real thing.
No, the Streamies are real. I think on iCarly it was called like the Webbies or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like I streamed to Tokyo or something like that. I missed that show.
That was a deep memory that you pulled out there.
Deep cuts, baby. But no, just going back to like Oscar so white, Emmy so white, everything's so white. Everything's just so white. It's because we have old white men that are still
owning
judging
studios or whatever. What's the committee? Like,
literally,
the
the Academy is a bunch of old white people. It's almost like Congress. Old white people controlling everything. Like don't know what current people like.
Right.
or what they need.
I mean, so like Queen's Gambit won like that limited series, like Best Actress in a Limited Series.
Right.
And I appreciated that show. I thought it was a fantastic show.
Right.
But
the woman who based off of, she was like, she's suing Netflix.
Yeah, and she's already pissed off as it was. She mad, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like there's so many other shows that could have been acknowledged despite that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it through the wrong kind of lens. But to me, I know that there are other shows that aren't getting the time. I just know it inside my gut that there are shows that aren't getting the type of recognition that they deserve because they don't fit inside like the Academy's ideal version of
movies and TV.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's literally because we have, I think only recently, like some of the Academy boards has changed because I know Issa Rae is on one of the Academy boards now.
Oh,
so
I didn't
we're
know that.
slowly starting to change stuff, but it's almost like one of those too little, too late kind of deals because like we're at a point in TV where Issa Rae should have been the head of the Academy board.
I mean, I kind of feel like we should just kind of throw it away and bring something back entirely new. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's possible to redo these kinds of deals, but
I say get rid of award ceremonies altogether, or just like don't televise them annemore.
I'm a person that didn't watch these shows growing up.
I mean, we did at first, and I mean, we like, and now in my household, we would definitely watch like the VMAs, the BET Awards, and stuff like that. But I mean, those were entertaining for entertainment purposes.
But I will say, I didn't know this. Did you know that Watchmen won for Primetime Emmy Award Outstanding Limited Series?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So that's something good.
There is something good that comes to these TV shows.
I mean, I think,
but sometimes it's one of those the bad kind of. Yeah,
it's so overshadowed.
The pros and cons list of the Emmy
the award shows. The cons kind of outweigh. Yeah. It's like I'm looking online like while we're talking, and I'm trying to find like these pieces of saving grace where I'm like, okay, maybe we don't have to throw it all away, but I I'm hard pressed.
Yeah.
I'm really genuinely hard pressed to say that we shouldn't just throw it all away.
Yeah, they kind of make it hard for you to do some.
I mean, the guy that plays Prince Charles in The Crown did not need, or I don't think he deserved an Emmy. I really don't. I mean, no.
I mean, when you're going up against Regé-Jean Page for Bridgerton, Billy Porter for Pose, Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us, Matthew Reeves from Perry Mason, and Jonathan Majors from Lovecraft Country, a heavily Black-dominated category.
Yeah.
Where all of those performances were top tier, top notch. Dear God, let me cry because I'm just reading these names out.
I'm just sorry that it didn't have like 4 seasons, right? Like, I mean,
the only one with like more or equal amount of seasons than The Crown is This Is Us, because they've been going on for almost 10 years now.
I mean, Sterling K. Brown is a daggum treasure.
He is. No, he definitely is. And like I said, the fact that this heavily Black led group did not win, at least not even some kind of honorable mention, because it's only one season. Or
I won't forgive them for not giving Michael K. Williams a posthumous award. I won't. And it's the same way that I feel about not giving Chadwick Boseman one. I mean, these are two men who went above and beyond during like the hardest times of their life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In their careers to provide entertainment and representation and enjoyment to the community, to the Black community, for the Black community. And then you're going to sit here behind this wall of white men who just choose not to acknowledge it. But a nomination is good enough.
Ooh.
A nomination just... No, bro, no.
They didn't say that when Heath Ledger passed.
They didn't say it when Heath Ledger passed.
You got his posthumous award.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And that was for a comic book movie.
For a comic book movie, a one-off. I mean, I'm not saying
comic book.
I'm not saying that he didn't have.
He did a freaking fantastic job. He's done amazing work while he was still here with us.
I'm not saying, but I can't say that it was any better than Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. And he had 4 movies. He had 4 freaking movies. Like,
he had Civil War.
He had Black Panther. He had
Infinity War,
and he had Endgame.
He had 4 movies under his belt as
that character, as T'Challa, and they just
swept under the
nomination.
We'll recognize his name.
The highest grossing movie of one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Of all time. And I mean, that's not even like giving credit to Chadwick Boseman for 42 when he played Jackie Robinson, for
Ma Rainey
for when he played not Teddy Roosevelt, the judge, Supreme Court judge. Thurgood Marshall. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then like you've got like 2 posthumous movies that have come out since then. 5 Bloods, which if you haven't seen is remarkable. Oh my goodness. And he actually plays a dead man in that movie, which is interesting.
Ironic.
It's sad.
I believe it.
But and then one other movie that came out posthumous, I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Give me a second. It is. I mean, he had
was Ma Rainey?
Ma Rainey was posthumous. It came out after he passed. That's one of his last. That was his last movie. Because the 5 Bloods came out beforehand, and then Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Okay.
21 Bridges came out post Endgame. That was when he was a detective in New York, and he shut down the bridges.
He looked so sickly in that movie. He really did.
I mean, you can see the deterioration post Endgame.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, but
without a doubt.
We can go on and on.
We can go on and on.
Man, that was
But
solid piece of
seriously, I mean, like I at the end of the day, I think that what I take away from these shows from these award shows is they don't mean much in terms of like quality of performance and quality of like representation and quality of professional like expertise. Mm-hmm. I think they just kind of serve as a mind-numbing thing that people can attach themselves to and act like it provides actual meaning. When in reality, there's a plethora or a diaspora of movies out there or TV shows out there that, despite how good they are, won't get recognized. And I encourage people to go outside of the awards winners and probably look more at the award nominees to watch their TV or get like their new TV show or new movies from.
Do better, Academy.
Do better.
But we'll be right back. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Anchor, and we'll be right back with the Weekly Blerd. We'll be right back, guys.
It's time for the
Weekly Blerd!
And we are back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
One more
back.
time.
Yeah. How y'all liking that new theme song and those new sound bites, though?
I think the soundbite is the best new addition for the season so far.
Yeah.
Until we start getting guests.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, because those are coming soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, but welcome back. It is time now for the Weekly Blurb, and I went first last week, so Jay, you are the first to go.
Well, everybody, I am once again, as always, excited to tell everybody about a television series which has most recently gotten a lot of publicity because of their straight sweep at the Emmys, pretty much. I mean, like, if you haven't seen it, you probably heard of it. People may have suggested it to you, so I'm going to suggest it to you today. It is Jason Sudeikis' Ted Lasso, which the history behind the show goes far beyond pretty much anything that anybody was thinking it may have at the time, because it started off as an SNL skit where Jason Sudeikis played Ted Lasso, and the guy that plays Coach Beard in it. And they end up talking about a football coach who went over to England and starts coaching a soccer club, which if anybody knows anything about soccer in England, it's pretty freaking serious. So for a former football coach in the Americas, which in the TV show, it's him as a former football coach of like a Division II football team. So not even like the highest level, like NFL football team. And then he goes and coaches for a Premier League top tier,
top tier soccer
in
football.
England. Like you've got the Premier League, you got the Champions League, and then you've got some other leagues that are third division and below. And but like that's not even why I like this show, right? Like I mean, I think it's a really cool concept. Like that's what got my attention. And I love Jason Sudeikis. Yeah. He's one of my favorite actors. I love him in We're the Millers. I love him in so many other films. I also frequently get him confused with Ed Helms, who's also in that movie. Which, sorry to both of them. But honestly, I'm sure that they may get that.
Ed Helms, Jason Sudeikis, if you're listening. First of all, come on to the show. We would love to interview you. Secondly, we do apologize.
But no, I've gotten much better about it since I've become such a Ted Lasso fan. The show is about him and how he's gone to England, and the thing that drives him to England is his, which you find this out in the first episode, so I'm not trying to spoil too much, is a divorce. And, you know, he comes to this soccer club who the new owner is a recently divorced woman whose husband used to own the team. And so the reason she's hired Ted is basically kind of like that Major League premise, which is a movie, if people haven't seen that, starring Charlie Sheen in his younger years, where she's hired him to destroy the team, basically. Like, it's like, okay, we're going to hire this trash coach, and it's going to be to ruin the team in the long run, so to spite her husband, who has divorced her and has started marrying younger women.
The tale is old as time.
Exactly. Genuinely. And I mean, it's a show that features a level of wholesomeness that I have yet to come across, and really, right now at least, any current TV show. I mean, like, it's and then the second season, it really starts to like dig it out as to why it is the way it is. So I've really started to enjoy that. It gets into the because Ted is a guy that genuinely makes every single person that he is around or is like involved with his life feel special. And that's his thing. The man endears you to death. Like, in the first episode, you're just like, what is this man's deal? Like, why is he so freaking nice? Like, what is his, like, perspective on life? Like, how is it this way? You might not be thinking that. You honestly might be annoyed by Ted at first, because he is so kind. But honestly, in my opinion, it was the end of the first episode for me. It came full circle, and I was like, wow. Like,
Southern charm.
I mean, he's a Southern guy. He's doing a Southern accent, which I find hilarious. As a Southern man, I can identify with that. And I mean, again, for people that don't like TV shows about sports, this TV show is not even about a sport. It features a grand total, and I'm estimating here, 7 minutes of athletics in the entire season. Pretty sure. Like, it's very bare minimum. Like, you know that they're a soccer team, and that's pretty much it. And, like, obviously the team part, right? Like, there's that part to it always, which which is always my favorite thing about these shows, honestly. Is, like, the fact that, like, you start to really fall in love with the members of the team, and, like, get invested in their character development relatively quickly. Like, there's the seasoned veteran who's on the team. There's the young new hot gun that's on the team. There's kind of a water boy element to the team with a guy that's a member of the coaching squad. He ends up becoming a coach. His name's Coach Nate. Because
I did see I did watch the first episode, and like Nate, he got excited because like Ted remembered his name.
He even knew his name. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, you recognize me?
I mean, in his character development, I mean, he's a very constant character, and like through season 2, his journey is very interesting because he really goes through a growth, and it's something that honestly I think a lot of people grapple with if they, ever like reach their goal. Which is interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely.
I genuinely encourage. It's on Apple TV Plus, so like if you don't have access to that, I don't know what to tell you, but it is a good show and it's worth actually maybe having it. Honestly, like if this show alone, I think the show alone is maybe the reason why I have Apple TV Plus is it's that good. I mean, it's kind of serving as for me right now, it's almost serving as a replacement to Parks and Rec. Like, it's got that same kind of energy. I don't know. It's not, because it's not a mockumentary by any stretch of the imagination.
I know, but like the humor within it and the...
and it's so witty. It's so freaking witty.
Just everything behind it. It just kind of...
Ted has so many mad dad jokes. And they're good dad jokes. I think... one of them in the newer season is, "Hey Jeremy, what does the British owl say?"
What?
Whom?
I'm trying not to laugh.
See,
that was good.
See,
that was very good.
Oh yeah, but like, and that's I'm barely scratching the surface with this man. One of them, he goes. They're talking to they're talking in the coach's office one episode, and Roy Kent comes in and he's all fuzzled, and someone's like, "What's going on with Roy?" And Ted goes, he is like 4 sticks and a wigwam and a teepee, and I'm not doing it justice, and she says, "He's bound too tight." Yeah, and I mean, they get really, they're very witty. I'm not doing it justice, and I apologize to the writers of the TV show for probably bastarding their work, to be quite honest. But this show is, I'm pitching it so hard because it does have a great underlying message throughout it. It does have like some very complex characters that are extraordinarily relatable. Yeah. And it's got some loving characters that you just love immediately. That to some degree you're somewhat shocked that you do love immediately, but it's a very happy surprise when you start to watch it. I think that if you enjoyed Parks and Rec, if you enjoyed The Office, If you enjoyed like Modern Family, this is a show that anybody the people that enjoy those shows can get behind without a doubt.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Add it to the
You
list
watched
of
a
things.
couple episodes with me.
Yeah,
We watched a good 6 episodes. Am I right?
No, that was
What were we watching?
Haikyuu.
Oh, we watched a good 6 episodes of Haikyuu.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But I'll definitely add it to the list. I do appreciate the input, Mr. Williams.
You know, I guess I'll say it at the end. It did earn a fair number of their awards, in my opinion.
The official J. Williams stamp of approval. We're gonna.
If it means anything to you,
it should mean a lot to our listeners.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
So what are you going to talk to us about? What's your blurb about?
My weekly blurb is some recent news that we've gotten in terms of video game movies. More specifically, I want to discuss.
Is it going to be as bad as Mortal Kombat?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be as good as Sonic the Hedgehog.
Fun movie.
Exactly. And the movie that we are trying to avoid talking about is the new Super Mario Brothers movie. It will be animated. It's going to be.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be animated.
Yeah, it's going to be the same production team who does Despicable Me, Illumination.
All right.
Yeah. Gives you hope of animation. And skills.
I enjoyed the Minions movies and the Despicable Me original and sequel.
Yeah. But they just announced the cast for the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I'm just gonna go from bottom to top, starting with Spike, one of the villains.
All right.
I'm not sure who this actor is, but his name is Sebastian Maniscalco. He's gonna be Spike. We have K-Mech, played by Kevin Michael Richardson, who we know as Principal Lewis from American Dad.
Okay.
He also voices like the Joker and the Batman and a whole bunch of other like deep voice
Lewis
actors.
in American Dad.
Yeah, the deep voice.
Yeah, the black man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cranky Kong, one
All right.
of Donkey Kong's cousins,
Oh, cool.
played by Fred Armisen,
All right.
of Portlandia fame, of Saturday Night Live fame.
Okay.
Donkey Kong,
DK.
played by Seth Rogen.
So let's pause here, right?
Okay.
So like his laugh.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Make it.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit deeper. I can see DK with that.
Yeah.
I can see DK with that.
All right. I see it.
All right.
I'm getting more and more invested.
Okay. All right.
We have Toad. You know.
Love to. Yeah.
Kill that impression of Sia doing Chandelier.
Sure did.
Yeah.
All right.
Keegan Michael Key will be playing Toad.
Someone said that they can't see anybody else play a Toad now that they've seen Keegan Michael Key. And I mean,
that's probably the most perfect casting of this whole. Until I get to this next actor.
He's a talent. He's just a talent in general.
We will have the big man Bowser himself.
Got to.
Played by the big man Jack Black himself.
That's fascinating.
It's going to be amazing.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Just hear me out.
Okay.
I want Jack Black and Seth Rogen to switch.
I would want Jack Black and Kevin Michael Richardson to switch.
That's fair.
Because if you wanted to be like a menacing villain, I could see Kevin Michael Richardson.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
I'm having Bowser's pretty freaking scary, bro.
Yeah, but I want to see what Jack Black brings to the table, because he was able to impersonate a teenager while also being in a fat man's body on Jumanji.
He's talented.
He is
There's
talented.
No doubt about that. I've never seen him play a villain. Has he ever played a villain? I don't think he's ever.
Not to my knowledge.
I've never seen him play a villain. I mean,
we shall see.
You can't really count him as a villain in Shallow Hal. That's just a bad movie.
Yeah. Okay. Luigi, we're getting up there.
All right.
Luigi, the brother, Luigi Mario of the
Yes.
Mario Brothers.
Yes.
Will be played by Charlie Day. He is from Always Sunny.
Oh yeah.
He also played the rocket ship Lego person from the Lego movie.
Did he really?
The one that almost went rocket.
Yeah.
Charlie Day. He was also in the teacher movie with Ice Cube, Fist Fight.
I never saw that.
Neither, but like I know him from that.
Charlie, I mean, so Always Sunny is a hit or miss TV show for me all the time because I hate them. I hate them. They're terrible people.
You mean Danny DeVito?
I mean, kind of, yeah. Like his character is pretty awful. They're all pretty terrible people.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Princess Peach.
Yeah, and that's played by the Russian woman.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. From Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit, yeah.
I saw that one. I mean, shit. I can't.
See it.
I mean, that's pretty freaking good casting, honestly, for Princess Peach.
And then here's probably the most problematic, but not depending on how you look at it, casting of all.
People have issues with this.
Mr. Mario himself, Chris Pratt.
I don't hate it. I mean, I love Chris Pratt though, so like that's my bias, right? I've loved Chris Pratt since Parks and Rec.
Same.
So
and Andy Dwyer was a joy.
It still is.
Yeah,
you've got Paramount. You can watch it.
I can. But also Chris Pratt as Emmett from the Lego Movie.
Well, fantastic character for
him.
Like I fully enjoyed him as the protagonist of that movie.
I mean, he was just so happy and positive.
He was,
and things like that. But I can't hear. Like I'm going to enjoy this casting, but I need him.
Are you worried about the accent?
I don't know.
They had an accent.
I don't know if it's going to be an accent.
He's an Italian plumber.
He is an Italian plumber, but two, Chris Pratt's voice going, "It's a me, Mario."
It's a me, Mario.
Yeah, I need like is this Mario going to be the? Oh, it's a me, Mario.
It kind of has to. Does it not?
Because
it's an animated film.
Yeah, but Bob Hoskins, when he did the live action, he was his normal gruff self with his deep voice.
That's true.
And
that's true, but it's an animated film. Like, I mean,
but still, he was animated. I mean, he used his regular voice in Lego Movie. He used his regular voice in Onward.
Yeah. I mean, with the technology the voice changing technology that exists today. I mean, you're gonna want people to recognize Chris Pratt as Chris Pratt, even if he's playing Mario. Do you recognize Vin Diesel as Groot?
Yes.
Okay, so
and he does it in every language.
True. So maybe it's kind of like that though, because it's not entirely his voice. It's like, his voice in like the Iron Giant kind of deal, like it's.
I know the Iron Giant though. That was like heavy auto tune, but like I know in the Guardians of the Galaxy, that's 90 to 95% his voice.
Well, then maybe that's what we're gonna need to do for Chris Pratt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it might not be all his voice, but it might be 90 to 95% of his voice.
Well, that's most voice actors. Well, most voice actors. I mean, they're able to like change the voice around and do stuff like, and I mean, like Kevin Michael Richardson for one, he's able to do the deep voice from Principal Lewis, but also he's able to do Cleveland Jr. from the Cleveland Show.
All right.
Yeah, because he goes from like,
but like you said, Chris Pratt has just done his voice.
Yeah, that's
so. I mean,
and that's in all of his movies, whether it be animated or not.
Without a doubt.
His voice.
He makes fun of him so hard as Star-Lord when he tries to make his voice deeper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When like Star-Lord and Thor, like he was just like, what? My voice is always this deep.
No. So like, can he make his voice higher and better? We'll see.
We shall see. It comes out in 2022. Like I said, the production company is Illumination, who's known for Despicable Me, that franchise, the Minions franchise. We have the head of Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto, said he hoped that this would be a new piece of entertainment which brings Super Mario Brothers to life on the screen and allows everyone to enjoy whether or not they know about the game. So we don't even know what the story is. It can be.
I mean, Princess Peach is gonna get taken by Bowser. I promise you.
I swear.
I mean,
I swear.
That's the plot of every Mario thing.
Unless they take it back to like old school, where like Donkey Kong took Princess Peach.
Yeah, could be DK. Could be DK.
They could team up and be DK and Bowser team up and.
That'd be dope. That'd be pretty dope.
We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. But we appreciate you guys for listening.
I wonder what kind of animation, like CGI.
It's CGI. I'm pretty sure it's gonna look like the video game.
I think it's gonna look like the video game, like Like
it's almost like it's probably going to be like a two,
like a Looney Tunes style kind of animation,
like an hour and a half long version of a cutscene from a video game. That's what I'm thinking because I've seen like they've done a poster for it. It's like just the back of his head or back of their heads, and I mean it's I would say like it'd be just a very extended cutscene from a video game made in 2022.
Okay.
But we appreciate everyone for listening.
Always.
Thank you for listening to this episode where we did get into it about some Emmys and Oscars and Tonys and whatnot.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for always following us. Remember to share this episode with your friends and family and the friends of your friends and the family of your friends and the friends and the family of friends. Remember to follow us on all of our social media outlets at JareBear. Ooh, that's my personal. Go ahead with it, Jay.
On Facebook at Blerd Survival Guide, on Twitter at Blerd Guide, on TikTok at Blerd Guide, and on Instagram at Blerd Survival Guide. You can also follow us on our personals
at JareBear3295
and at JW0283.
And you can email us if you were looking to interview, or if you want to be interviewed, or if you just want to shoot the shit with us, guys. We appreciate you for listening. Remember, keep surviving, everybody.
Keep surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song.
Two mics, our producer. Step into the spotlight, survival is troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide. Two guys, two mics, our producer. Step into the spotlight, survival is troopers. Come and take a seat with